Hi, and welcome to Stamp with Ginny. Today I'm going to share with you the shadow stamping technique using the Good Feeling stamp set. This technique is quick and easy to do and a lot of fun. So let me set this aside and I'll show you how to get started. I'm going to start my shadow stamping technique with the smoky slate. I'm going to ink that up and stamp it right here in the center of my cardstock. And then I'm going to come back and ink up again in the basic gray. I'm going to move it slightly above the other image and stamp. And then I've got this lovely little shadow on my sentiment. And I'm ready to die cut. Okay, I have my sentiment cut out, and while I did that, I also cut out a coordinating label that goes with it. And as you can see, I've stamped twice on this piece of cardstock and flipped it over and stamped again. I love our basic white cardstock because it's thick enough to do that with, and it turns out lovely. Okay, I'm lining up my pieces of designer series paper so you can see the order in which I cut them. And I am going to turn over the first one and the last one and add some adhesive to the back. I like to put the first and the last piece onto my card front so that I can line up the others quickly and easily on the inside. Let's see, so there's number one, and I want to make sure I still have them in the right orientation. There we go, and number two. You can use your grid paper to make this a little easier for you. And the centerpiece here, I can just place in between, lining up the outside edges and giving an appropriate amount of space between the two. So there you go. I've got my beautiful panel done. I'm going to bring in my smoky slate cardstock base, and I'm going to adhere this down. This card is monochromatic, and I love these pearls that are smoky slate and basic gray also. They'll go perfectly with this project, and it just is an elegant little look. I've got my panel on there. I'm ready to bring in my sentiment, and I'm going to pop this up with some dimensionals. Just give a little bit of a shadow underneath the sentiment also. And let's see, I'll put one in the center here also. Since this is a fairly large panel, remove the backings. And adhere my panel down just above center. There we go. Now I'm ready to bring in some of these beautiful smoky slate and basic gray pearls. I just think they're very elegant, and as you see, they'll coordinate lovely with this. I'm going to pick up a couple of my small ones here. I'm going to pop one here, and I think, one here, and then I'm going to add a small basic gray here, and that makes three. I'm going to add a large basic gray there, and let's see, I think a large smoky slate down here, just like so. So there you go, a beautiful little card that's monochromatic using the Good Feelings stamp set. This stamp set is a lot of fun to work with and has some great all occasion sentiments in it. And of course, if you'd like any of these products, feel free to stop by my online store. You can get there from my blog, Stamp with Ginny. Thanks for joining me.